Hello, my name is Zainuddin and I'm a student from the southwest of England. Today I'm going to tell you a story about taking care of the environment and the world around us. I find this story interesting because it shows us that no matter how big or small, every creature should be treated well and with respect. It also shows us how we can be kind with other people even when we see them doing wrong things. The Prophet was living in the city of Medina in Saudi Arabia. The region was a desert, dry and hot. Although it was a desert, there were many gardens in the city with tall trees that provided shade. On particularly hot days, the city's residents would go to the gardens to rest and keep cool. The Prophet thoroughly enjoyed walking in these gardens. He would quietly contemplate as he walked and took pleasure from the sounds of birds singing in the trees. He smiled at people as he walked by them. One day, when he was walking, the Prophet heard a strange and unpleasant noise that sounded like howling or wailing. He thought it might be somebody crying. He followed the noise, and as he got closer, he realized that the noise was coming from a camel which was very distressed. The camel was tied to a post in a beating sun without any shade, and the camel had tears running down its face. The Prophet tried to comfort the camel. He stroked it until it eventually calmed down and stopped crying. But the Prophet Muhammad was upset to have found an animal in such a state. He walked through the garden trying to find the owner. "Who owns this camel?" he said. Eventually someone answered, "I do." A man stepped out from the shade of a large tree. The man was not hot or thirsty. The Prophet addressed him in a gentle voice. He reminded him that his camel was one of God's creatures and part of God's creation. The camel would carry large, heavy loads, often for very long distances, and the Prophet reminded the man that he should take great care of his animal. The owner's head drooped. He deeply regretted what he had done, ensuring that he himself was comfortable on a hot day, whilst his camel was thirsty, uncomfortable and distressed. From that day, he took great care of his animals and always made sure that they had enough to eat and drink. The camel never shed another tear.